What's going on, everyone? This week, Matt can't swim, induction of the Grapevine, and congrats again to Liverpool for winning the league and now the Champions League. That doesn't usually happen, I swear. What's going on, everyone? We're here with episode 126 of the Storm Beach podcast, talking about all things great and garbage this week. What's going on, fellas?
Oh, yeah, how you going? Thanks. Really happy to be here.
Please don't judge me for my premature can crack. That's, not my best and or usual performance.
Speaking of your usual performance, I did get sent a video last night. I think it was last night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got sent a video of you last night. Topless, sitting in front of the TV, I assume. And it must have been hot because eating an ice cream.
God. I thought it was going to be a much worse video than that, so that's completely fine.
No, what else?
We won't go into what the worst video would have been.
So I got a video of you eating an ice cream.
Yep.
And then I guess Sam made fun of you, and then you decided to eat the ice cream more suspiciously.
Well, as we discussed before the show, when you were consuming a sugar-free Zupa Duper TM, I have sensitive teeth, and therefore I cannot bite ice cream. But I wanted to get like a lot of it, so I put the whole thing in my mouth and slurped off the outside a few times.
Yeah, well, when it's hot out, I guess you probably want as much physical contact with the ice cream as possible.
Absolutely.
And it was touching the back of your fucking throat.
What you may not have noticed, because this was omitted from the video, was a gag reflex. So do with that what you will. That being said, pretty good ice cream. Ice latte flavored drumstick.
Ooh.
Very tasty.
Yeah, I had one of them.
Very, very coffee, which is what you love. They have actually underrated ice cream. Sometimes, prepackaged cone creams aren't the best quality ice cream.
What, you rather pack a cone yourself, or?
Yeah, definitely. But drumstick is always pretty good. I think there was a little bit of like a coffee syrup down within the cone as well.
Oh,
yeah, pretty good.
So that I received that at quarter to 8 in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in bed already because I was tired watching a bit of telly, and so I paused the television, watched the video, and laughed out loud.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you. I was watching Shrinking though, which is also quite good, but it's not quite laugh out loud funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's another one of those Apple TV perfectly walks the line between serious and funny.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Shrinking.
It's got Harrison Ford in Harrison Ford's best role of all time, grumpy old man.
He does do that well.
Yeah. Except a solid twist on the classic Harrison Ford character. It is grumpy old man, somewhat on a redemption arc of becoming slightly less grumpy old man.
I see.
Yeah.
Like Up.
Yeah. Yeah, Harrison Ford's the dude from Up with less balloons.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it like based in like cold environment?
No.
Why is it called Shrinking then?
Because Harrison Ford and Jason Segal's character are shrinks.
I see.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very Apple TV play on words.
Yep.
I see. And they're in the trade of shrinking.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Also coming back to Apple TV shortly, the next season of Severance, which isn't really a play on words at all. Maybe one of the only 3 programs on Apple TV that isn't a play on words in the title. But is fucking excellent. does not cross walk the line of between funny or serious. It is just all serious. Will weigh on you for the week after you watch the new episode.
Mm.
So do with that what you will, but it's like top 3 television shows of all time.
Fair enough. Looks like there's a bloke from Ted Lasso in this. Shrinking.
Yeah, he's in the new season. He has shaved his beard though. The guy that plays Roy Kent.
Yeah.
Who is also a writer.
Has he just got like, overarching contract with Apple TV, and then they just tell him what shows to be in?
I think there's something going on because I think a few others are in a couple other different Apple TV shows as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's like how Netflix passes around all those like young adult actors to all the different young adult films.
It's an interesting choice of words for something involving Hollywood.
Look, if we're talking about books, like it wouldn't be a weird term at all.
Uh-huh.
But I get teen movie. There you go. Fuck you. But yeah, what's going on with you?
Not a lot. I resolved last week's grievance by getting another haircut this week. So, me and professional athletes haircut every week. Handshake meme. Feel much better.
Here's another meme you could go for.
Mm-hmm.
You right now and you from last week. Spider-Man meme pointing at each other.
Yeah.
So I can't tell the difference on the webcam.
Yeah, no, it's actually significantly different and a much, much better haircut. Actually cut to the... I don't know how you cut hair with a numbered guard on the clippers and it not turn out to be that number. I just don't know how you achieve that.
Putting the wrong guard on, I suppose.
I guess so. Or holding it further away and not even just freehanding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, don't know.
Or is it like a technique thing? Like instead of going, they just go like going away instead of...
Yeah, look, she definitely didn't seem to be, making the sort of forceful contact with my hair that I would have liked.
And you like it forceful and rough, don't you?
Well, I want to feel like you're doing something. Like if you're just going to sort of pass your hand by my head, I could do that at home. But I want to make it worth it.
Haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, not much. Yeah, thanks, Matt.
Thanks for chiming in. We are Mattless again this week. We'll provide an update why later on the show. Don't skip ahead.
Oh, will we? Fucking hell.
We will.
What a treat. I can't wait to find out.
Mm-hmm. How, on a, scale of 1 to 10 or, I guess if you want to go 100% chance of you getting a mullet, what are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I don't know, probably 90% chance of mullet at this point.
That's pretty high.
Yeah. Let's see if I can screen share what I'm trying to go for here then.
Good idea. See if it'll break your computer.
Oh, it probably already has. Am I still here?
So far.
All right. Well, oh, fuck.
Jump over to YouTube for this.
Oh, shit. Watch the IT guy struggle with his fucking computer.
Computer that doesn't work.
Oh, here we go.
This one.
Yeah, so something like this, I guess. Not really. I wanted to click on that one because it's an AI image.
Yeah, right.
And I don't endorse that. Definitely not this. What the fuck is that?
There's a lot going on with that. It's very 80s hair.
It would look less weird if his beard was the same color as the rest of his hair.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen. I don't have that. I'm in the same boat, but it certainly doesn't Doesn't look like it's been drawn on.
Yeah, but this hair's almost black, and this hair is like bright red.
Yeah, it's very, very different.
Yeah, but no,
I'm more ginger beard.
Probably like nothing's quite as long as I want to go for here, to be fair. And all these are those fucking little kids and their little curls and whatnot.
What? I mean, there's one there on the bottom of the screen that I'm not sure of the gender of the person. But that's there's another one that I would actually consider a mullet. The rest of them I wouldn't call mullets.
Well, I've googled modern mullet here.
Ah, I see. What about corporate mullet, business mullet?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Probably not quite long enough.
No. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? Perfect corporate friendly what? Without clicking on the actual thing. Give me a preview.
A hairstyle by the looks of it. Like, it's just normal.
Baby mullet. Dude, that is just a head of hair, dude.
He's got slightly long hair. That's
actual waste of time. Oh, probably something more like that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Instead of walking in and saying, yeah, can you just shave the back and sides? I'll just be saying, hey, can you shave the sides?
Yeah.
Yeah. And trimming the back so it's not, as long as it is currently.
Fair enough.
Something like that. Just something a little bit more summer appropriate.
Yeah, sure. I would dare to say, like,
that's fine.
Those are close to not being a mullet in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Like that you've got right now, I wouldn't even classify as a mullet. I'm sure it has a different name, but it's not long enough to be a mullet.
Well, this is Boss Hunting, and I would consider them to be experts in the field.
Reputable source material.
Yeah, although I would have considered GQ to be pretty good, and they posted that baby mullet, which if that's a baby mullet, you've got a baby mullet.
I mean, by definition, given it hasn't really started growing yet, yes, mine would be a baby mullet.
Fresh out of the womb mullet.
Yeah. It's ready to take shape. That's
not a mullet.
That's just Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise Mission Impossible 3. I think. Man, I really hope I've nailed which Mission Impossible is that from. I'll be so happy. What the fuck is it? It hasn't even gone to that.
Movie's called Sick Link. That's great. That worked awesome. Yeah, I feel like...
Damn it. Yeah. Must be 4. Damn it again. Damn it again.
No, I reckon it's the samurai movie you did.
Oh, Last Samurai?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one samurai movie that he's in. Yeah. Damn it. No, you're right.
Has to be.
Man, I really want to watch Mission Impossible now, hey? Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the distinguishing factor for me why most of these things there's a pretty glorious mullet right there, blue background. Yeah, there you go. See the distinguishing
blue background,
factor,
purple collar.
Yeah.
This is the 80s.
This is you in 2 weeks' time, just so you know. You just need like an aggressively coloured soccer polo. You'll be fine.
Problem is I don't like my hair that short at the front though.
Well, that's the thing. That's why most of the things on screen I'm saying aren't a mullet, is because the top extra is way too long.
They got that blowout curly shit on the top.
Yeah, it's like, 80s rock star, way too long, pushed all the way back. Like, mullet's got to be business, there's got to be some business going on. They can't just be party from the front to the back.
It's not a fucking mullet.
No.
This tie, though, is not a mullet, but that tie is short and fat. It is the chode of tires. Also not a mullet.
Also not a mullet. I saw Harry Styles appear there for a second. I don't think anyone's described Harry Styles as having a mullet, as when you clicked on the guy from Stranger Things.
Yeah, no. Oh,
that's fine.
That's more like a baby mullet. That's a baby mullet. That's literally mullet, short hair on top, little fucking rat's tail thing coming out the back.
Yeah.
Whereas otherwise, no.
That picture of him where he's... There you go. Perfect.
That's okay. So right now, we'll hit the audio description. It's the dude from Grown Ups that pervs on the other dude's kids. But the kids, the grown-up kids. Sorry, jeez.
It's literally just Joe Dirt for those who've seen that movie and the second one.
I wouldn't. If you said that dude's name without showing me this photo, I would have no idea who he is.
Fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. Looking forward to your progress.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a progress thing. I think it'll be a go in and walk out.
Fair enough.
But yeah, if you'd like, I can do it in 3 easy installments. I'll have to pay the actual haircut portion. Now we got my shopping up.
Oh, got naughty stuff on the screen share for the podcast.
Yeah, don't tell my Windows PC I'm shopping for a Mac.
You're using your current girlfriend to look at a potential mistress.
Yeah. To be fair, if we're using that analogy, my MacBook Pro is both old, pensioner level for a Mac device, in the way that I got it when I was at uni. So we're talking like what, 20? I reckon I got it 2015, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And it's severely disabled at this point.
Well, yeah. I mean, that checks out. That's just how life works. You just get old and then you trade in your old model for a new one.
Yeah, if it's got dementia in the way that sometimes it forgets that it's meant to be a computer.
Not just a paperweight.
Yeah, it's got Pro in its name, but yet sometimes it has problems opening multiple tabs. Definitely not because
problem.
I abused it by trying to fix the screen problem. I broke the battery connector and then the whole thing underclocks itself to run better because it thinks it's got 0 battery left.
I see.
IT guy.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Well done. All right. Moving on. Butcher of the Week.
Oh, yep. We've got a funny, not sport-related one. If you were in, I don't know, over 50% of Australia on the weekend, you would have noticed it rained.
Yep.
And sorry, I just got Liverpool news pop up. We'll come back to that. Maybe we won't. And so obviously that caused some disruptions with flights and whatnot. And I've got this funny one here. That hasn't saved correctly, and so it's just a forum post that doesn't actually tell me what I want. But if I go off the thumbnail, I'll remember. So it's in Butcher of the Week because it was a flight from Melbourne to Sydney, and as it took off, it had an issue, and they knew they were going to have to land by sight. So essentially, they took off and went, all right, it's time for Die Hard 2. For those who don't know, Die Hard 2, their radars or whatever are no good, so whatnot. Anyway, there was a storm in both Melbourne and Sydney because the entire east coast of Australia was underwater or whatever. So they couldn't land by sight at either of those two airports. So instead of going from Melbourne to Sydney, they went from Melbourne to Adelaide.
That makes sense. A pretty logical.
Yeah.
Pretty logical course of action.
And so, yeah, obviously, the people on the plane didn't get what they wanted to, and then had to get another plane out.
I wonder how like quick into the trip people figured out or were told that they weren't going to Sydney. I was like, wait a minute, we just turned to left.
It must be faster with the wind to go
Yeah,
all the way
yeah.
around the world back to Sydney
The other
today.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got the maintenance guys for, I think it was Qantas, judging by the thumbnail, but also it could just be a thumbnail.
Now, would you rather take off from Melbourne and end up in Adelaide when you're trying to get to Sydney, or emergency land on Sydney Harbour, or whatever that close body of water is right next to the airport?
I feel like Adelaide probably, because they tell you not to take your belongings when you use the slides.
Yeah, good point.
But if it's not really super duper emergency landing, then I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, I know. I feel like an emergency landing wouldn't be that bad if it's not an actual emergency, like if it's a planned one.
Yeah, planned like 4 hours in advance.
Yeah, exactly. You just get real nice and slow, coast along, and then you just
What's that film where the dude bends it into the Hudson?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that.
Sully.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. It'd be like that, but, less frantic. You just literally just roll.
No, he was pretty calm.
Yeah.
I've only seen the clip of him landing of that whole movie. That's all I've seen.
But that's the main bit anyway.
Yeah, Yeah, I keep saying I've watched Lord of the Rings. I've only actually seen the ring go into the lava, and that's it.
The funniest bit, there's 45 minutes of movie left after that.
Yeah. There's 15 minutes of hobbits dancing after that.
You see Sam have 6 kids after that point.
Yeah, from start to finish as well.
Yeah. All right, my nomination, and you shared this one with our group chat, which was nice, was whoever this bloke is, I don't know, I can't see his username or whatever, who predicted Liverpool's next 10 games to be 5 losses, 4 draws, and 1 win.
The one win, I think, was the
Brighton at home.
Yeah, which was, I think, the Carabao Cup. No, it was the league game, actually. It was the dude was lose to them in either the league or the cup and then win the opposite of that. Because they play them back to back, yeah.
Yeah. And this is Liverpool who knocked off Real Madrid, am I right? And then a few days later knocked off Man City. Currently 11-1-1 in the league. But they'll probably be, 1-4-5 in the next 10 I reckon.
No.
See, I don't know what this guy's trying to do. It's beyond this point of trying to predict, a fairly dry run. You have to, at this point, go full send reverse jinx. You've got to just get out there and say they're going to win their next 20. If you want to even sniff a chance of them starting to lose or draw games.
Yeah.
This guy has to be on a different planet.
Sorry, wait. Are you? Yeah, the games he predicted are the last 10 games that have already happened.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. They were all wins, which is why it's already the worst take.
I see.
It's guaranteed
even worse.
The worst take of all time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Importantly, up next, Liverpool have Newcastle and Everton.
Yeah.
So in theory, a little bit easier than Real Madrid and Man City.
Cakewalk. How? This guy has to be dumb, right? Like, he's got to be mentally deficient. Like, how are you
It's one thing calling
predicting...
someone dumb, and then it's another thing actually saying they're mentally deficient.
Well, how are you predicting, like, a loss to Brighton?
I think that must have been the cup game.
Like, I get it there.
And they were like, oh, they'll play the kids.
Yeah, they're...
Just like to remind everyone that literally won trophy with the kids last year. That's fine.
Yeah.
Klopp's kids, I think everyone was saying, because was it literally Chelsea? Yeah, sent on Klopp's kids against Chelsea won the cup.
Mm-hmm. But yes, Brighton are, out of place in the top 4 currently in the league. But like, you draw against Southampton, I think that is on there. Like, what are we talking about?
Almost lost to Southampton technically. But funnily enough, it is only the score at the end of the game that matters.
Yeah. Aston Villa's no longer a powerhouse. Everyone knows this.
Oh, they are not having a good time at the moment.
They're just too spread out with European football. They're like too little butter over too much bread.
I did say this at the start of the year.
You did.
That I still thought they'd be better than they are now, to be fair. But I thought they were going to be only in contention for that 4th Champions League spot again this year.
Yeah. They're just clearly not a true powerhouse. They just can't keep it, keep success across the board.
Yeah, in theory, though, they'll have more money after participating in the Champions League this year.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll come back as a powerhouse again next year.
True. But, all right, Butcher of the Week to EPL Nuffy 69. I don't know who this bloke goes for, but...
unusual that he wasn't in sky blue.
Yeah.
Which is... Sorry. Side note, commentators obviously mentioned that City were wearing sky blue when I was watching the game the other day, which is, I think it's a bit of a fucking piss take calling City's shirt sky blue in the UK of all places. Sky grey, I would understand.
Yes.
Especially in football season, like it's played through winter.
Yeah, if there's a colour that's associated with the sky in the UK, it's not blue. It certainly
not at
is.
all.
It would be sky grey or, summer's day blue.
Not summer's days.
Yeah,
summer's day.
Summer's day. Yeah.
Very literally the day in summer.
Mm-hmm. Great point. Someone like Sydney FC, sky blue, sure.
They can have it.
Makes sense here. Definitely not there.
I do have movements on the shit list, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is long-running fans of the list, Manchester United. Not because of any of their results or anything like that. It's more of a financial issue. Over the sacking of Erik Ten Hag, obviously, there's a lot of emotional trauma there for Ten Hag, but it's okay because, they still had to pay out his $10.4 million in contract and also his coaching staff and everything lumped in that 10.4, sorry. But yeah, so he gets plenty of money. They had to pay $10.4 million to him and his coaching staff. But that's not all. Just wait, there's more. Since the sacking of David Moyes in 2014, United have now spent $70 million in compensation to dismissed managers. Sorry, when I say dollars, I meant pounds.
Yeah, tough look. What was that in 10 years or so? Is that what you said?
2014, yeah.
Yeah. probably not ideal to be spending, on average £7 million a season on
The
blokes
managers
who
that no longer work
aren't
there.
your manager anymore.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
Even if
Worthy
Ruben
nomination.
Amorim, settles in and is the best thing to happen to United in the last decade, that's still a lot of money spent on his successors.
Mm.
You can't all hire unheard of people that get immediate success, it turns out. Which
Shocker that.
I've had a thought. Given Liverpool's current form, there is no way that Liverpool and Klopp weren't already thinking about this much earlier. Like much, much earlier. It is far too good of a tactical replacement.
You're probably right. I would... Yeah, you're right. It's probably been at least 2, if not 3 seasons in the making, I would think.
Yeah, Klopp was there for basically a decade. The better part of a decade. So you'd have to think at one point that he's gonna go, and he was probably, thinking about these things.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. All right. Good nomination. All right. Introducing my gripe vine after last week's gripe.
You heard it on the grapevine.
Thanks.
Sorry, you got to wait until after the theme song. Thank you.
Yeah, my bad. I got another gripe this week, and that comes off the back of a conversation we're having pre-show about, and I guess now a little bit about computers and Mac Minis, etc., and their potential to be a gateway to me getting back into the Apple, I don't know, universe.
Ecosystem, I think they call it.
Mm-hmm. The Steve Jobs-averse. And then you made a comment about I can, airdrop nudes to people, such as my wife.
Yeah, so you don't even have to get out of bed.
Now, why should we be celebrating something as a feature of a phone that existed for decades beforehand, and they took it away from us, and we said nothing, and now they bring it back, and it's, the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know. The best thing since figuring out you don't have to pull bread apart anymore. Now, what I'm talking about is the Bluetooth functionality of transferring anything between phones previously. That's how I got all of my songs on my first phone. They got sent to me by mates via Bluetooth.
Probably because that was pretty mid.
You could send photos, though. You could send anything via Bluetooth.
Well, the photos that were taken on it were pretty dog shit.
Yeah, but they were just dog shit. That's what you had. It wasn't detriment of the feature. It was just the way the photos were.
Look, I'll tell you, as someone that loves AirDrop, it's awfully convenient.
Yeah,
and it works much better. No. It works so much better than the old Bluetooth transfer shit.
Yeah, but phones are also a lot better. Imagine how good it would be with current Bluetooth, current phones. I'm almost positive it's got to be the same technology.
Well, yeah, it uses Bluetooth and then allegedly uses Wi-Fi to transfer the info, according to the internet. Uses Bluetooth to broadcast, discover, and negotiate the connection. And then essentially its own point-to-point Wi-Fi to transfer data between devices.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. TLS encrypted, actually. Wow,
they took it and then they gave it back and sold it as a feature. But we've been doing this.
Well, yeah, but got no good examples because I don't know the actual data rate, but like it's extremely rapid.
Yeah, sure, that's great. It didn't take longer than a few minutes to get a song off someone back in the day.
Mate, you would have a song. I could airdrop you a song in half a second flat. But
Yeah,
also
great,
it's
I hope
finding
so.
people. You don't
want a
have to
song
like
right now.
search the device list for their device. Like you got their number or whatever and they're in the area, you just airdrop,
You can just send
gone.
it to everyone. Great, cool.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You click on their device. But like it shows your contacts first.
Mm-hmm.
So it's convenient.
Yeah, sure, great. I would expect
It's
so
also
for
more
future-
secure.
Cool. I would also hope so for something that's been around for 15 years. I would hope it's exponentially better than it was.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it is the same thing though, isn't it? Really?
Oh yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
Functionally, it's still a data transfer that only works over short distances.
Mm-hmm.
It's just better in every way.
Yeah, the phones are better.
Well, yeah.
Phones are barely phones now,
Well,
to be honest.
yeah. That's very true.
It's just a small touchscreen computer in your pocket.
Well, yeah. I use mine for the phone. That's all I use it for. I don't use it for anything else. I only talk to people on it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Technology Man, tell me this.
Uh-oh.
Why are phones objectively quite powerful, right, and seem to be very good at what they do for a relatively cheap price? Top line phone is a couple grand now in dollary dues. But a computer of equal or lesser value seems a lot worse, and it's a whole box.
No, it's because the operating system's much less optimized, isn't it? I mean, applications as well.
But why? We've been doing computers forever, longer than these little computers.
Windows has to run on so much different trash.
So why don't they? And they might do. This is a question for you, Mr. Technology Man. Why don't they just have Android run by a PC?
Yeah, they've got Chromebooks. They're trash because the point of them was to be cheap, I guess.
So where's the loss in translation? Because I've got a work
people
laptop
don't
over
like
there, right?
I think the issue
touchscreen.
is like people expect you to be able to create a Word document and do the usual shit, right? And I understand that there's mobile versions of these apps, but like people just kind of expect things in the workplace, and so big businesses and whatnot buy these machines and etc. And then they're the ones that end up with profits, and then they're the ones that end up being the device you have to get.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me why computers aren't better, given phones have come so far. And computers
pretty
have come
good.
a long
Like
way
if you
too.
buy a $3,000 iPhone, you can buy like a really good computer. To be fair,
Well, sure, but the touchscreen.
I think it's also when you. No, you go.
The touchscreen on this is 1 billion times better than a touchscreen I've ever had on a laptop or a tablet, or a Surface Pro, for example.
The Surface ones are probably better now than they were when you have one.
Oh, sure, yeah. I had an absolute dog shit one through my work.
Yeah, they were
ancient.
Yeah,
I never touched it because it was awful.
It's also the multitasking. The multitasking is much better on a computer.
Yes.
Like you can switch between apps very quickly on your phone.
Yes.
Obviously. But you're not doing two things at once. Unless you got your little YouTube pop up and whatnot. But like
Well, I mean, unless you got an Android and split screen stuff, like actually split screen stuff.
Yeah. Like you can do that. Pretty sure you can do that on iPhone now too. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
Um,
But I don't know. Just seems strange, right? That
we're all in the pocket of big Microsoft. What do you want me to say?
yeah, good point. Good point. You're right. Matt would love that statement.
Too bad he's not here to enjoy anything we say. Prick.
Yeah.
I don't reckon he's even going to listen, to be
Probably
completely
not.
honest with you.
Probably not. He could be in here with us right now and be super smug that he's got his tinfoil hat on and no 5G chip in him. But he's not here. So
He's not here, so it's just tough bickies.
Yeah. All right. I suppose that's a nice little transition on into the next segment, which will explain why he's not here. Is shout out North Melbourne women's AFL women's team for winning the premiership, and Matt's apparently too hungover from the celebrations to join us this evening.
Hold on.
Gillen, this is a podcast.
I was no, that was dumb because Zach's just tried to call me.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to pair to the thing and I'm going to get him to pick up. It's going to be like a live caller thing. We're going to pretend like we're not on the show.
Excellent. This is great.
You can keep talking about Matt if you'd like.
Yeah. So he's been no contact since the premiership. So we're assuming he's just too hungover and is on a massive bender. But
the math lines up. To be fair.
Yeah, it checks out. But yeah, reach out to him on his Instagram and see how he's doing. Matthew Jurassic, successful comedian, I believe is his handle on Instagram.
I thought it was Matthew Jurassic, 30-year-old virgin.
Oh,
he's not going to listen, dude. And Matt, if you are listening, I'm sorry. It's just to trick you into listening again and again in the future. Mm-hmm. Given that you're now a fan of the show and no longer a part of the show, clearly, you cuck. Sorry, I got a little bit too aggressive there.
I don't know what would hurt more, because both of the things we said are like clearly a joke, but also a joke that, you know, one of them's very true and one of them's very much not true currently. What do you think it would be hurt by more? The fact that we're making a joke at his expense about him being a successful comedian, or the fact that we're reminding people that he's going to be a wizard within mere weeks?
Which one's not true?
The successful one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, the wizard thing's legit?
What, that you become a wizard? I don't know. We're going to find out. This is for science.
Oh, okay.
That's.
Sorry, I thought it was documented that you actually become a wizard. Is what I thought. That's what I thought you were saying.
It's in an old scroll somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Matt's going to go off on his little arc and going to go.
Yeah,
to,
correct.
Minas Tirith and read the scrolls.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Matt's not really an incel, ladies. He's a whiz cell, and and this is truly to see if we can fulfill a prophecy that was written down long ago.
I remember when you called called someone on the show previously.
Yeah.
How'd you do it? Because I've connected on Bluetooth. Do I just call him now and use the phone? Oh, I do.
Yeah, you can just call. Yeah.
Hello, caller. I'm gonna turn him down a little bit.
Yeah. Can't wait for it to give you his mobile number in there.
Dude, if this actually doesn't pick up, this would be. Serves me right. Serves me right for hanging up in the first place. He's got that long ring on too. Wow,
he does. Yeah, gives you all opportunities.
Hi, you've reached Zach.
That was the voice of Big Z.
Dude, my favorite part of a lot of people's voicemails is how many people I call, and it sounds like they're picking up the phone off their bedside table at 4 a.m.
Why is voicemail not better? Right.
Oh, it is on iPhone.
Well, no, I know that. Like, you can leave really good messages and that's fine. But why is the act of setting up a voicemail not better and easier to do? And
I think
it's always a chore, and by the time you're doing it, you sound like that every time.
I think it's legitimately because a lot of people still think it's done on the... Because remember when you used to have to do it at the telco level, like you have to like dial the number and do it there. And I think a lot of people still think you do it there. Whereas like I just hop on the voicemail thing on the phone app and I go to greeting, and then I can change my greeting. I
see.
And now there's also, it's actually wild, you can get a live transcription of someone leaving you a voicemail.
Oh yeah. I get that. I use my Google Screen feature and it comes up on my lock. I can swipe to send them to Google Screening, and it tells them they've been sent to Google Screening, and to leave a message, and we'll send it.
Nice.
As a text, and I can see what they're saying as it goes. It's great for scammers.
What do they do? They'll just hang up.
Yeah, you see it go 3 words into the like auto script of, they've been sent to a Google Screening service, and then it just hangs up every time. Well, he's going to be disappointed. He's
missed out on fame
being on the show.
Yeah.
But
he called me at 7:30. No, sorry, I called him at 7:30. He called me at 7:27. I called back at 7:30 and he didn't pick up. And I didn't just decline his call. I declined with a message that said 2 secs.
Interesting. Look,
that's fine.
Depending on the occasion, 3 minutes can be a long time or not much time at all. For us on this end, not much time at all. For him, could have been
usually though, it's a long fucking time.
Yeah. Who knows?
Anyway,
who knows?
Should we
It's football, innit?
Absolutely.
You've got some news, I think.
Do I?
Yeah, the first part's
yeah, that's right. Just reiterating what we said last week. But it's officially official now. Congrats to Liverpool for winning the league. Shout out to them.
Oh, sorry, I got a button for that.
Yeah, pretty good. We are now at the 3rd of December, and Liverpool are 9 points clear. It's well and truly over.
Now, here's the problem. Okay, no team has ever led by 8+ points in Premier League history.
Right.
After playing 12 matches.
Right.
And not won the title. So every single team that is led by 8+ points after playing 12 has gone on to win the title.
And
now that's problematic.
That
is problematic. No, fuck you. That's problematic because it means if Liverpool bottle this,
ultimate
Tottenham fans will have some shit to say. And they are the ultimate bottle jobs.
Now, getting ahead of that, you absolutely heard it here first last week when we congrats Liverpool for winning the league, and that was before this stat, I believe.
Yes.
So it's well and truly tied up now.
Bookies will have you believe that. Do you want to know?
I can have a look right now. And
no, I can tell you. Liverpool are paying $1.60 in December.
$1.53 on some bookmakers as well.
What's Arsenal paying on that bookmaker of choice?
$3.75. That seems like great value at this point in the season.
That'd be worth a sprinkle, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's definitely worth a hedge of your money that you put on Liverpool pre-season.
I didn't put any on Liverpool pre-season. I don't gamble. What I should do is sign up for bonus bets and throw it on Arsenal so I don't feel bad if Liverpool bottle this.
Absolutely. That's the most correct emotional hedge you could ever make in your life.
Who are Arsenal playing this week? Oh, look, given our current runtime, we can probably fucking tip this week.
Oh, yeah, might as well.
But Arsenal are playing United this week, which is a possible speed bump feature match. So I might actually wait until after this week. Hopefully Arsenal hit another speed bump, and then I'll put money on Arsenal. I'll just wait until Arsenal are 10th, and then I'll bet on them to win the league.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
They won't be 10th. City will be.
No.
Arsenal won't be.
Smart approach. I like it.
So, for context, there's excitement around town, mostly because in their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, City are without a win. 6 of those are losses.
Oh, even better.
5 losses in a row, a draw, and then a loss.
Nature is healing.
Mm-hmm. Liverpool fans did kindly let Pep Guardiola know that he might get sacked in the morning. Pep reminded him that he's won 6 trophies, but also has 115 financial charges leveled against the club. So. We shall see how everything plays out. Isaac's actual theory is looking to become more like a practical.
Yeah, I really should have made that a clip and put it out last week because it's becoming very true. Very quickly.
Maybe we'll have to clip it this week.
Yeah.
I
reckon
it wasn't from last week, was it? It was from the week before, I think, even.
Possibly. I reckon it could
it's a little while ago. Like it was a very very early take.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last in the take.
Not early in a good way. I'm saying that you knew what was going on before everyone else did.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And on that note, City are predicted to dominate the Europa League next season.
True. Probably true, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are currently sitting in 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tough for them. And just a cheeky little reminder. So City are complaining about injuries, which is, what everyone would do at this point of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough for small clubs. They don't have the funds to be able to...
Dude, the funny thing is, City do have a reasonably small squad. Like, they just spend a lot of money on individuals, I guess.
Yeah.
And have like good academy players that don't count towards their squad size and whatnot. But here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. I got a problem with the win chicken complaining because Jurgen Klopp had to play Nat Phillips and Fabinho at centre back and never lost 5 games in a row. Now, I don't have a problem with Nat Phillips, but he's not exactly as good on the ball as, Joe Gomez, Kanate, or Virgil van Dijk. And Fabinho, for those that don't know, was a centre defensive midfielder, and he was on, that might have been his second last season at Liverpool, and he was getting a bit older at that point. It wasn't the fastest centre back pairing in the world, I'll tell you that for free. And I think that was a season that forget who it was. Might have been Jordan Pickford screwed up Van Dijk's knee, and so Van Dijk was out for a hot minute, and Joel Matip always got injured. So he's playing CDM, and here's Zach now. But yeah, all right, so we'll pause that. But yeah, Liverpool better than City ultimately.
Yep, get him on.
Hello, caller.
You're on the radio with T-Pain.
Good evening, handsome. How are you?
Oh, good, thanks.
I'm not disturbing you, am I?
You're on the podcast right now.
You're live to tape with Storm on the Beach.
Yeah, get it up, boys.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit, Zachy.
Nah, you're good, mate.
There you go. How you doing?
Yeah. I mean, I'm heading home from work now, so I could be doing better.
Oh, that's a bit late.
Yes, it is. But we do what we do for $1, don't we?
That's that grind set, Zach. That's what we like to hear.
Now, Zach, do you have a question for any of the listeners today?
I've got a few actually.
Also, can you hear Isaac when he talks?
Do you want to say something?
Hello.
Talk again, Isaac.
You know,
Hi.
look,
Hi.
if he said big Ange football, then yeah, I heard him. But if he didn't say it, then no, I didn't.
No, okay. Well, I must be. Oh, I've joined the podcast thing with the chat option, not the other one.
Oh, I see.
That'll be the problem. But yeah, all right. So, do you have a question for us to answer for you today?
Yes. Why was Matt absent from the podcast last?
Oh, you're not gonna like this week's episode.
He's absent again. Oh, what a shocker!
Yeah, I don't think he's going to listen to this anyway. But is there anything you would say to Matt if he was here right now?
Yeah, he needs to lay off the drugs and maybe go see someone about his alcohol addiction. Get that.
Well, I'm sure when he doesn't listen to the podcast he's a part of, he will consider that.
It'll be a cold day in hell the day he listens to a podcast episode the week before.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Well, how about I give you a call back when we're sorted here, mate?
Too easy. I'd say two things though.
Yeah.
How good is Liverpool and how good is OKC?
Very true.
Amen.
Amen to that. All right.
We just finished double wristing Liverpool, actually. So.
Excellent.
All right. Well, have a safe drive, and I'll chat to you soon. Love you. Bye.
Too easy. I love you, Isaac.
Too Zachy.
That was Zach calling in. Thank you, Zach. He must have done the classic me not pick up, and he's gone, fuck it, I'll just talk to someone else in the meantime.
Yeah, let's call into a different podcast in the meantime.
Yeah. Which, look, to be fair, if I'm in the mood to chat and I'm on a long drive, I'm not sitting around waiting for someone who just messaged me 2 secs, because 2 seconds can be anywhere between 2 minutes and 2 hours. So,
yeah. That's completely fair. As someone who doesn't like talking to people generally, I can still empathise with that.
Yeah. Man is on a podcast, talks for 2 hours a week.
While driving, I would much rather listen to a podcast and talk to someone on the phone. But also, that could be down to my very, very shitty Optus coverage.
Depends what you're driving.
Very, very shitty Vodafone coverage. Same difference,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one more fun Premier League fact for you.
Go for it.
In Bournemouth's game, a very interesting thing happened. Justin Kluivert became the first ever player in the Premier League to score a hat-trick of penalties.
Wow.
And Evan Nilsson became the first ever player to win a hat-trick of penalties. Sorry. I should have enunciated that better.
Mm-hmm.
So, essentially got the 3 assists for the 3 pens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
which
good.
I think is a bit of a piss take. That, I mean, maybe old mate Evan Nilsson knows that he's actually was bad at pens.
Yeah.
But I think it's a funny stat to be.
Bit rude.
Yeah.
It's like, you earn 3 of them. Surely you get, unless you're trying to mount a huge comeback or something, surely you get 1.
Yeah.
Surely you get the last one.
I want to know. I want to talk to the manager, and I want to discuss if he won another one, would he have taken that?
Surely at that point, the other bloke already holds the record. Like, you got to let the guy who's earned the
penalty. But you could be the first ever person to score 4 pens in a game.
I'm actually kind of surprised someone hasn't scored 3 pens in a game before.
I think it's got to be an anti-greed thing. People are normally just like, no,
Sure,
I can't
surely.
seriously take that many fucking pens myself, can I?
Surely. It's got to be like this bloke has just got the record, and then, a bunch of people tied on 2,
Yeah.
but Erling Haaland's at the top with like 47 games with 2 penalties scored in.
Merchant.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't scored in a while, actually.
Has City been getting any penalties? Probably not.
City went so long in the first half without getting touches in Liverpool's box, bro. Like, actually, a fucking decade. It was insane. It felt like, when like normally you sit down and you watch anyone play City, and you're pretty okay with City getting the ball and doing their thing, because you know that's what City's going to do. They're going to pass it around. They're going to, play that kind of game, and probably own the ball a lot. But in the first half, dude, I think in maybe the first 30 minutes, definitely 15 to 20 minutes, it was like all Liverpool. City linked then like 3 passes together, and I was worried because it was so unusual for that first 20 minutes that they got 3 passes in a row. I was like, oh no, counterattacks on
here. They made like a 1-2-1, and you're like, oh shit, here it comes. Yeah. It's happening. It's like watching ice hockey, and the one team has 8 shots on goal and the other team hasn't had any yet, and you're like,
yes,
the first one for the other team's going in the back of the net.
Facts. Yeah,
every time.
I think there was like one big through ball to Haaland, and I was like, oh fuck, this is going to bring it down and bang it in, right? And Van Dijk's like, nah, fuck off, cunt. But yeah, I was worried a little bit. But then you watch the replay, it was actually nowhere near him. Like, Van Dijk had it every day of the week. I was like, oh, why am I worrying? Best team in England and Europe, mate. Oh, anyway.
Huge call.
What?
Huge call. But
I
true.
mean, stats don't lie.
Not
currently.
Incorrect. Yeah, not
at
incorrect.
At least on metric of ladder position alone, they are currently best in both.
True.
Yeah.
True. Shout out Zachy for giving the OKC Thunder a shout out. Top of the West, currently 3rd in the league. So also pretty good. Pretty good season by them. Should we do some tips then for the football in it for the EPL?
Yeah, and it's a good time to do that. I should have reminded Zach just now. I'll send a message to the boys because I don't want to win on not merit.
Yep.
There we go. So yeah, we start off tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. Will you be getting up for that one? Ipswich, Crystal Palace.
Get up at 6:30 and watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah. You're like, fucking asshole. Look, I'll be up. I don't know if I'll tune in.
Dude, Liverpool play at 5:30 a.m. on Thursday. I might just get up and watch that. That's incredible.
I could find a dodgy link to that game and watch it quite easily.
Yeah, surely you're on your third
time.
Coffee at 6:30, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm into my cups of tea at that point.
Yeah, I've got to settle down on the caffeine. Sorry,
yeah.
Decaf English breakfast.
But yeah, tomorrow morning probably won't get up for. I'll be up, but I'm not getting up for Ipswich Town versus Crystal Palace. Thanks, though.
No, but Ipswich will be playing Crystal Palace at every middle class successful businesswoman's favorite shop, Road. So that's a reference to the clothing store Portman's.
Terrible.
A good place to find a power suit if you're in the market, or business appropriate dresses and such.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ipswich versus Palace. I don't know. Do you have any suggestions?
Best
Spoilers.
guess, I'm going to go with the home team. Both teams are 1-6-6.
Yeah, it stinks, dude. Crystal Palace might get relegated.
Oh, God. Would you like some like head-to-head record stats to help you pick, perhaps? Last 5
Depends.
games?
You're going to click Match Center and all your tips are going to get wiped.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
all my one tips. Last 5 games, Crystal Palace 4-2. That was in July 2022.
That was a club friendly, doesn't count.
Club friendly. Carabao Cup, Crystal Palace 2-1, 2017. English League Championship, Ipswich Town 3-0 in 2013. On a return, Crystal Palace 5-0 in 2012. And then a 1-1. So I'd say that's probably, a bit of a wash. Oh my God. These teams are terrible.
Well, I think Ipswich should be winning this, and I think Crystal Palace only have the odds based on the more recent Premier League heritage. But like, you watch Ipswich highlights and extended highlights and whatnot, and you go, these guys can make chances.
Yeah.
I have more faith in Ipswich scoring goals than I do Crystal Palace at the moment.
Yeah. Home team.
Yeah.
For sure.
The King Power, another one where I'm going to disagree with the odds. Leicester, of course, playing West Ham United. West Ham stink, dude.
Both these teams are bad.
I think Leicester
just to
stinks
put it out
less.
there.
But that might
What
be
was it?
recency bias based on West Ham
Tough
getting,
look when you look
getting
at the
hammered.
Look at the last 5 games where it's Leicester 4 losses and a draw, and West Ham at least has a couple wins sprinkled in there.
Yeah, who did they play? I mean, West Ham recently lost to Arsenal. So to be expected, but they did score 2 against Arsenal, which is surprising. West Ham beat Newcastle. I'm iffy on Newcastle at the moment as a team.
Yeah.
Leicester have played Chelsea, who are tied second in the league. Arsenal are only ahead on Alphabet. Not like literally. Exact same goal difference and everything. They have the exact same record, which I think is incredible. This many games into a season. Who did they play this week? Oh, they played Brentford and got hammered. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I don't like Leicester as much as I thought I did. It was just that one Jamie Vardy goal against Brentford this week not Jamie Vardy goal, the assist that he got to set up that other dude. He's like falling over and he like perfectly squares it along the ground. Also new manager bounce
For
Leicester.
new manager at home.
Yep.
System pick, that one. That game might be worse than the first one of the week.
Dude, I don't know, hey. I think
Like, don't bother with the Premier League until we get to the weekend.
Thursday.
Sure. Okay. I'll let you have one on Thursday.
Thank you. Well, it's not fucking Everton Wolves at Goodison Park, which is Everton, mind you. I think they might score a goal.
Are you sure?
But that's it. A goal. 1-0.
1-0?
A Wolves classic reversed.
I hate it so much, but
Yeah. So Everton played like trash last weekend. But you have to consider that there's surely no way they can have that many single errors by defenders leading directly to opposition goals again.
you wouldn't think so.
Did you see the highlights on that one?
I did not.
I think one of them like literally passed directly to an opposition player and they scored.
Far out. Oh, well,
It was like that. There's a highlight from back in the day of Steven Gerrard putting a through ball through to like Thierry Henry, and Thierry just takes it, turns, and scores. And it's like,
Yeah.
how was he ever thinking that was his own player?
Oh,
God. I think the Jared Braithwaite goal might have been that. I could be misremembering because I watched 4 sets of highlights back to back that morning. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was that goal. But
Look,
I will
if
go
it's
Everton
gonna-
because I think Sean Dyche might yell at them in the last couple of days. So
Yeah. If there's a team if they're going to turn over and the other team's going to score, it's going to be Wolves, who've got 22 goals in the season. They've got 32 against, which doesn't help. But they are very much not the 1-0 Wolves of old. But I think I'm going to go Everton there as well, for sure.
in completely made up statistics, Wolves are the earliest team in a top flight campaign to score more than 20 and concede more than 30. So the most inefficient glass cannon of all time.
Yeah. Very good. Love that.
Accidentally
Speaking of,
spec some points into like intelligence instead of strength.
yeah. Speaking of just horrendous turnover to goal, one of those happened in NHL last week
No.
for the Oilers, and it was even worse because the commentator was calling it, and he was like, "Oh, that was clever by Bouchard there not to get stuck in the corner and turn it over." As he rounds the back of the net, the commentator says that, and then he flicks it out from the opposite corner, goes to pass it through, throws an absolute pizza just straight up the middle to the opposition, just takes it, snipes straight in the back of their net. Like, as the commentator is saying, "Oh,
That's
he's done
such
a great job there to not turn it over," and then just immediately passes it straight to the other guy. Oh, God.
That's a great commentator's curse. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. I love the language that surrounds the sport of hockey almost as much as the sport itself, in that you have like a bunch of words that clearly are not hockey related but have been shoehorned in
Throw a
because
pizza.
they sort of like throwing a pizza up the middle. Like, I feel like we need to make football in it more exciting in turning it into ice hockey. We need to revisit this discussion. Maybe the first step is changing the language about football.
Dude, I like it when the commentators go quiet in it's like, please don't. I've just Googled Canadian pizza to see if it looks funny like Chicago pizza, but like it. Oh, no.
Is it bad?
Nova Scotian garlic fingers. It's just like a garlic and cheese pizza, but it's cut into fucking rectangles. Circular pizza cut into rectangles. Ain't it, Chief?
That doesn't compute in my brain. I need to find an image of this. Oh yeah, that's not right.
Oh no! One of the Montreal style pizzas is just like a Italian tomato pizza with a thick crust that is often cut into square pieces and served cold.
Bloody French.
Yeah, dude, brother. Oh, my RuneScape membership just got charged. I wasn't expecting that.
We'll never financially recover from this.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm distracted by these pictures of pizza. There's like a really thick pizza, like, like, I don't know, an inch.
I'm seeing a pizza that looks like 6 pizzas stacked on top of each other, but the outside is just a wall of crust. Yeah.
You on Wikipedia?
No, I'm just on Google, just scrolling through images of pizza.
Oh, well, okay. So it turns out the Hawaiian style pizza is a Canadian invention.
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they did the one thing I actually considered to be a pizza sin, and that's thick dough.
Yeah.
That is more of a sin than putting pineapple on it. Although they have just put pineapple rings on it, which is just fucked.
That is so fucking lazy. But I'm one of the biggest proponents of pineapple on pizza on the planet. Probably, I love it.
It's so good. It's a match of salty and sweet.
Yeah, but whole ring?
No.
Probably
it
not.
has to be
Pieces.
Pieces, yeah.
Yeah.
Just buy the fucking Golden Circle pizzas in juice. Anyway. Yeah, so Everton will beat Wolves at home.
Yes.
Yep.
We were talking about pizza for so long that my phone switched over to black and white nighttime mode and I didn't even notice.
So yeah, Everton, and then the next game, Southampton versus Chelsea. Chelsea win this one by 8. Maybe not 8. Maybe 3.
At least 3.
Yeah.
At least. Oh my God, I just saw Southampton's record.
Yeah, no, it's
1, 2, and
they have
10.
won a game though.
1, 2, and 10.
Yeah, they've won a game. The goal difference is only -15.
They won a game 1-0 versus Everton. Although,
considering changing my Wolves pick,
if you look at Southampton's form, which is, losses and draws, but 1-1 against Brighton, who's top 4 currently. 3-2 lost to Liverpool, who's won the league. So commendable effort. And then you stop there. That's not a bad little streak of form.
Whereas Chelsea have defeated such powerhouses as West Ham. No, they haven't.
Defeated former powerhouses such as Aston Villa.
Yeah, no, they suck at the moment. Dude, can you hear that tapping noise? Is that just me?
I cannot hear it.
Damn it. I hope the audience can't hear it. If so, it's not a flat tire. Anyway.
Right,
so they've played what? Villa and Leicester City recently and won both, and then drew against Arsenal 1-1. Yeah, dude, Southampton's got this. I'm picking Chelsea, but Southampton's got this.
Don't be surprised at potential upset or some points here at home.
Throw $4 on them. You'll be able to buy dinner for $1 if you win.
True.
More of a joke against the cost of living, not the odds. Sorry for anyone at home.
Yep. All right. St. James's Park, Newcastle versus Liverpool.
Oh, I've got Liverpool here actually.
Talk me through that.
So hear me out. They're really good.
Yeah, sold.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Newcastle haven't been themselves recently. I think it's flashing all the way back to last season, the start of last season when we were doing predictions. I think I said, pretty much the same thing as I've said for Aston Villa this year, in that they will be worse because they're in the Champions League and they'll be trying their darndest there. And I think they've got a little bit of a hangover from that because they tried really hard with less money perhaps than was needed to go far in both competitions.
Yep, not enough boys.
They got there too quickly, which unfortunately is an actual problem, it turns out.
Gets you every time.
Hey.
Recipe for disappointment.
Yeah. Look, a draw with Crystal Palace and losing to West Ham doesn't give me any confidence at all in Newcastle if you actually want reasons why I'm tipping Liverpool. Yeah,
look, not great form. Certainly not as elusive or slippery as usual. The oily boys probably have to go with Liverpool.
Also, injury to their one good striker, Alexander Isak. So
yeah.
Speaking of oily boys, City versus Forest. Would you believe a battle between Europa League potential giants? This is 5th and 6th having a crack at each other. I've got City. This one.
I mean, based on form, you could almost pick Forest. They got 3 wins out of their last 5, and City have none.
Well, I think my problem with picking Forest is that they are City. They're Manchester City. You can't just disregard them. Unfortunately, even though they stink right now, you can't disregard them.
This is probably true.
I mean,
City
Forest
should have
beat
their
Ipswich
number.
Town, lost to Arsenal, lost to Newcastle, beat West Ham after rest. West Ham got a red card, beat Leicester. Like they might have better form, but also they haven't played anyone good since they played Chelsea in October.
Yeah. No, City should have their number. They should be well attuned to what Forest is going to do, given City are literally built upon really, really old forests.
Oh, it's an oil joke.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one. I want, mind you, I would fucking love if not Forest won this. If Forest won this
could
game,
you
it would
imagine?
be exceptional, dude.
You
If
might
Forest
have to sell
win,
the team.
yeah. If Forest win and then Tottenham win, then is that next game? No, it's not. But if Forest win and then Tottenham win, City are down in 6th.
It's officially over at that point.
7th.
Like, you've got to... If that happens...
If Brentford won, they'd be down in 8th.
If all that happens, you'd have to sell the franchise and move the team to a different city.
Become actually Manchester United.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of, currently they have Manchester divided, obviously, because they've got 2 teams. Anyway, Villa Park, stinky Villa versus Brentford. I think it's still probably Villa by 2 goals, maybe.
Oh, this is actually a tricky one. It isn't, though, right? It should be Aston Villa.
No, I think it is tricky, though. It's tricky because both the City game and the Villa game are tricky because these are teams that should bounce back against these other teams.
Yes.
But they're having a crisis of confidence.
Yes.
Whereas the next game is tricky because Arsenal will win, but United will be trying really hard to impress their new manager.
Absolutely.
And
now,
while they're going through their shit period, they've been doing the thing where sometimes they'll randomly win one of these games.
Now, it should be Villa, right?
Yeah.
If you look at form, obviously Brentford has some wins, Villa doesn't. But Brentford's also played basically nobody for those wins. Leicester, Bournemouth, and then their Carabao Cup win in pens or over Sheffield Wednesday.
Brentford are in 8th, which is confusing because everyone had them down low. But yeah, they have played no one.
And they drew against Everton 2 matches ago. Whereas Aston
in a
Villa's
0-0
literally
draw.
played... Yeah. Ignore the middle one, but Chelsea, Juventus, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, and then Champions League match, 1-0. They're not playing... As you said, they should be bouncing back here. We've got to pick the market for this one as well.
I picked 2.
We go 1 to play it safe.
I think that they will get up and then they will try and hammer them for a confidence boost.
Yeah.
The manager will be making attacking choices after they're 1-0 up. And then they'll lose confidence because they'll go 3-1 down.
Yeah.
And then, the next one's a lock. It's Arsenal to beat Manchester United at home.
Really?
Yeah. United have already had their new manager bounce.
Good point. I was thinking United's new manager as a guy sounds like Gru from...
Yeah. He sounds like Groot on the training ground.
Yeah. this is falling right into a system play for me. With Arsenal already falling victim to the system against another big club, Chelsea, 1-1.
Oh, you're
El
picking
Clasico.
you can draw.
Yeah. Man United falling victim to the system, 1-1 against another big club, Ipswich Town.
I'm sorry, what?
New manager, try and steal a point away, draw, 1-1, sprinkle it.
So I would have hated that with old United because I didn't think they were physically capable of not letting goals in. But maybe switching to a Rigididge 3 at the back /5 at the back out of possession might actually get you this draw. I'm still choosing Arsenal, but I like the confidence in the system.
Yeah, you got to trust the system at some point.
Yeah, I'm dropping points overall on this leaderboard, so I need to make some safe picks.
Fair enough.
And I mean, are you craving cottages? Well, we've got the place for you. Craven Cottage. I'm going home.
Fucking terrible.
It's Fulham versus Brighton. Don't look at ladder position. It's not 10th versus 4th. It's two teams actually that have been playing pretty well, but I think Fulham's been perhaps played the more difficult fixtures.
Yes.
Because Fulham are really good-ish.
That, El Clasico big club matchup. Got the 1-1 draw last week against Tottenham.
That was the Ham derby you got to consider, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
When we're not, it's not Brighton and Ham Albion
coming into Christmas.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I got a little bit of internet connection problems here.
I think so.
I'm going to go ahead and close my additional tabs. But yeah, it's not the Ham derby.
No.
It's not Brighton and Ham Albion. Just in case you didn't hear that one because I dropped out. I think I will be going Fulham. I would have picked Brighton if it was at the Amex.
Yeah, I think that's the right play. Absolutely think that's the right play.
And then final game, we got Bournemouth Tottenham. These odds are really tight.
Whoa.
To be fair, one of them's on 20 points, one of them's on 18. The difference between 7th and 13th is not very large, it seems. I mean, the difference between, the Europa League spots and someone whose fans would be grumpy at them right now is, about 4 points. So,
yeah. Look, it seemed like the odds indicate it's a bit of a tricky one, but it should be simple.
Yeah,
you'd think.
I'm going to go Tottenham.
Yeah,
they like letting in goals, but also they like scoring them.
They like scoring them, and they like scoring them more than Bournemouth.
Yeah, they're going to score 1 billion.
Bournemouth, 20 goals for, 19 against. So +1. Tottenham, 28 goals for, 14 against.
In looking at the goal difference, I've just seen that Villa are a -3 goal difference.
Yeah.
That's fucking shocking. They're having a bad time.
Having a real rough stretch.
I'm committing to that final pick. I've picked no draws. Well,
something's going wrong.
6 of the teams I've picked have blue as their main colour on their club crest. And by crest, I mean the logo on the Tottenham, not the Tottenham, what the fuck, on the ESPN app.
Mm-hmm. Sky blue striking again.
think maybe the only team that doesn't have any blue. Oh no. Is there a matchup where I didn't pick the blue team this week? There's no matchup where I chose a team with blue against a team that doesn't have blue. The other way around. You get what I'm trying to say. I always chose a blue team when there was a blue team playing.
So some may say,
I'm blue, da ba dee ba.
I was going to say some may say you're blue-pilled,
A bit more cringe though, isn't it?
which would fall right into
Which one's the blue pill?
Mr. Gates's trap. Yeah.
Simulation.
Big mainstream media guy.
Which one's red pill? Is red pill
Loves
the
big J's. Red pill's the
Andrew Tate pill?
Yeah,
Okay. I don't want to be that one.
the awoken, not the woke.
I'm confused now. Should we flip a coin or should we do a 3-way flip next week?
No, let's do a 3-way. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gay if it's in a 3-way. Let's just do a 3-way flip next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Matt returns.
Allegedly. We'll see.
We'll see.
We thought it was returning this week, to be fair.
Yeah. It may be a 6 or 7-way flip by the time it returns.
Here's the thing. Friends of the show. Just gonna dive in here and have a crack at Matt again. I haven't
Thanks for sticking
many
around.
cracks at him today. But yeah, thanks for listening. We're an hour and a half in, and this is where it starts getting saucy. I'm just gonna have a crack at Matt, because Isaac's a busy boy.
Fairly busy, yeah.
I'm a fairly busy individual as well.
You got some hobbies, yeah.
We find an hour and a half plus change either side of the show. Hop on here. I mean, we have a good time doing it, so I'm not going to complain. Have a waffle and whatnot. This Matt guy, dude. What is he doing? Thinking about growing his hair out? Thinking about what kind of wizard staff he's going to get?
True. Probably true.
Thinking about how to be funny? Well, we're pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, why doesn't he just, use us as, the textbook?
Just do this.
Yeah.
Good points.
It's you go.
I was going to say, he's busy, right? He's obviously busy. He's, working, I assume. Studying again. But, the biggest thing I think that takes up most of his time is his anime addiction. And it's probably at, intervention point.
Yeah.
But he might be just too far gone.
It's worth a try.
It's like when, you just get so overweight that you can't even get up off the couch or bed or whatever your, means of staying separated from the ground is at that point.
I haven't seen The Whale, but I assume that's the plot.
That so at some point, you got to help yourself and stop those around you from providing you with the source of what is your undoing. And unfortunately for Matt, this recent legislation passed to ban teenagers or those under 16 off social media is about 20 years too late.
Did we talk about this last week or the week before?
No.
The legislation? No, we didn't?
I don't think we've talked about it at all.
We probably shouldn't talk about it an hour and a half in, should we?
No, legislation talk's probably a bit dry for an hour and a half in. We'll save it for next week. Don't skip ahead.
Can you write that down?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I'll make a note.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I think, ultimately, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a certified fitness professional. But I do read lots of training plans because I do, run and stuff. And this thing keeps coming up where sometimes people suggest cross-training, right? And why can't he do that with comedy? I get that stand-up is very prepared.
Cross comedy.
Yeah. So what he could be doing is coming on here and just like improvising funny things, because 90% of the funny stuff we say on here is straight from the top of the brain, which is why it's not always funny. Sorry, everyone.
Spoiler alert.
But look, if you go back, fuck, how long have we been doing this? Like 3 years? 2 at least.
126 episodes.
That doesn't equate to time.
With breaks.
With some pretty substantial breaks. That one random one. At least 2 years. So if you go back, 2.5 years or whatever, we're probably less funny then.
Probably, yeah.
So, look, number one, maybe because we were all just like sitting in and around my bed at that point. But also, I don't know, because we've been doing it. So, and then he could take his gains here and then go use them on the stand-up stage for when he thinks of something funny to build on his existing content.
Yeah,
that he thinks a crowd might like.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm no expert.
You're just a guy who pays to run.
Yeah. Dude, I bought... They should have said this is going on. I've paid for 2 marathon entries next year already.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
That's commitment. How do you know you're not going to do a hammy by then?
I was reading trading plans. So... No, I'm actually going to pay for one. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. All right. In that case, hopefully Matt's back next week and everyone can tune into the episode 127 of the Yes and podcast.
Anything's possible. Dude, all right.
That would kill me if I had to listen to a Yes and podcast. I think that would end it all.
Hear me out. Can you note down somewhere that Matt won't see it that we should yes and Matt excessively at the start of next week's episode? Because he's not going to listen to this point in the show. Everyone else get ready because it's going to be hilarious next week.
Yeah.
We're going to trick Matt into being funny. Okay,
I'll just put it in the notes of
just put it in the outline. See what I'm reading it
It's too easy. The jokes write themselves.
Yeah. I don't know what his problem is. Why does he need all this time to prep comedy when they just write themselves?
The best bit is, right, we have, as you said, the opportunity to sit here for an hour and a half and make up jokes, essentially, for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matt calls me sometimes, just like I'll be in the middle of my evening and he'll be on the way to a gig and he'll want to workshop a joke with me over the period of the drive to the gig, just to see what I think and what might be able to... It's like, buddy, we've got an hour and a half to do this every week. Do you have to be doing it right this second?
So we could give the audience an insight into the mind of a comedian.
Yeah. We've tried.
Matt's minute.
Who knows? Matt might have 5 minutes when he comes back next week. To be fair, his minute usually takes 2 or 3.
Yeah. He might have a
comedian.
50% hit rate on actually doing his minute, but he is on par for time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has used his prescribed time.
Oh, absolutely. He definitely takes up all of his allotted time. Very, very considerate comedian. He doesn't rush into it, that's for sure.
A bit of a wind-up merchant.
Yeah. He does love a 4 joke.
I don't think I understand.
What do you mean?
What did you say?
He loves a 4 joke.
What's a four joke?
Getting people's laughing boxes nice and wet.
Oh,
Oh.
for all those at home that still don't get it, four joke, foreplay. Thank you for coming.
Okay. In that case, see you next week.
Cheerio, it's going off, it's going on, it's going left, it's going right, it's going home.